I swear, sometimes it's hard to be a capitalist. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time to spend with me. So, this topic today definitely made me a little angry, although you're not going to see like a ranting, raving Apptrepreneur like you have in the past. I think I'm mostly beyond that, but boy, if I still had some anger in my belly that would make me just rage like I used to on the days of Uber, this would be one of those situations. So there is this CEO who makes like luxury something or other. I don't know. I don't care. Frankly, considering what you're about to see, I don't care to legitimize whatever he does. I don't even care to really know his name. All I know is that this CEO is evil. Like, this is the poster boy for what is wrong with American capitalism. This is the poster boy of what's wrong with America. This is the poster child for why people who typically believe in the free market says, you know, maybe the government should step in and maybe do something about this. Because if these are the type of people who are at the top controlling the world, maybe they deserve to be taken down a few pegs. So I'm going to share this clip. It's fairly lengthy, and I want to share the whole thing because, well, first of all, yeah, I mean, I guess as a capitalist, it will most likely get this video above 10 minutes, which is what YouTube likes, but also because I don't want to take anything out of context, and I want you to hear just how much worse it gets as it goes along, how this guy has no concept of, like, not only did he start saying something bad, but he just makes it worse and worse and worse, and to think that he is so comfortable being this blatantly evil, it's just an amazing thing. So enjoy the video. I will be back afterwards.
I think the problem that we've had is that we have people decided they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. You know, tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. You know, they have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40, 50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. So it's a dynamic that has to change. We've got to kill that attitude, and that has to come through hurting the economy, which is what the whole global, you know, the world is trying to do. The governments around the world are trying to increase unemployment to get that to some sort of normality. And we're seeing it. I think every employer now is seeing it. I mean, there is definitely massive layoffs going off. People might not be talking about it, but people are definitely laying people off, and we're starting to see less arrogance in the employment market, and that has to continue because that will cascade across the cost balance.
Now, isn't that something interesting? So I've been talking about the writers and the actor strike on my other channel, iCritic, where I am way more active these days. So if you really have missed me, you can go over there. I know it's not rideshare or economy or credit card related, but you know, you can go there and check out those videos on iCritic. But I've been talking about the writers and actor strike, and I have been expressing frustration for a lot of reasons about it. Partly is that there are people who are anti-strikes, like they're looking at the wages that some of these people are getting. We're not talking about the Tom Cruises or the Ryan Murphys of the world. We're talking about like the worker class Bs, like the lower workers and writers who, you know, make an average of $28,000 a year and have to live in Los Angeles, where it's like ridiculously expensive. Believe me on this. I live here. So, you know, why anyone would be against them getting more money when the CEOs are making like $13 to $27 million a year and they don't seem to do anything really. That's been one frustration. But the other frustration is that, honestly, with how long this has gone its course, it would have cost a lot less money to just give the writers and actors what they wanted. There is someone who I am, I guess, ex-friends with, well, Twitter, because Twitter is now called X, but, you know, I'm X/Twitter friends with, who I agree with him on a lot of things, disagree with him on other things, and he is very anti-union. And he says that the writers' demands are unreasonable, and he's made a lot of claims. And one of the things he said was, like, oh yeah, well maybe the CEO should just give the writers and actors what they want. And my whole thing is like, well, yeah, considering that what they're asking for would cost the collective studios like around $300-400 million a year, and like individual studios are losing $300 to $500 million a month each, or at least a quarter each, then yes, as a dollars and cents thing, give them what they're asking, get back to business, stop wasting everyone's time and money. But they won't do that because it's not about money, it's about power. They don't want to be told, no, they don't want to be told, like, we have to give you a raise. They don't want to be told we can't use AI to replace people. They don't want to be told what they can and can't do. They want to control these people. And on this channel, like for years, when we talked about Uber, like there was a reason that Uber would go on listening tours. They would give all these features that drivers want. The one thing they wouldn't do, they wouldn't give them a pay raise. Like, look, we will give you the illusion of being in control. Like, we will give you more filtered trips. But you know what? Once we find out that you are actually using those trips to your advantage, we will take them away because we want to be the ones in control. We're going to claim you're an independent contractor, but you are not. You are under our control. And that is one of the reasons why I eventually left the topic, because nobody seemed to be getting it. And now you have this CEO, and keep in mind, this is a guy who has all the money in the world. He clearly does not go hungry. He can eat a healthy meal every night, a healthy, filling meal every night. He's probably dining on rich steak for breakfast. And he could afford a lot of things. He is set, and what is he worried about? He wants the economy to tank. And why does he want the economy to tank? He wants the economy to tank basically to keep his employees in line. He doesn't want employers to feel like they need the employees, even though the employers do need the employees. He wants the employees to feel like they need the employers, which in all fairness, they do. It is a symbiotic relationship, and what CEOs are getting annoyed at is that for years we've been operating under this thing like, hey, you know what? I need a job. I will put up with whatever to get that job. And yet, people are starting to have a little bit more self-worth. Like, the pandemic changed a lot of things. People started realizing, hey, we can work from home. Why are we stressing in traffic all day? Why can't we work at home where our pets can be by our side and things like that? Like, why do I have to go to the office? And as you know, return to work mandates have been a huge topic on this channel. And people want a better work-life balance. It's like, hey, why do I have to come in 5 days a week? Can't I come in 4 days a week? After 3 days, people are usually pretty well rested. We can do something like, why can't we just do like maybe a 4 day a work week? I mean, and the studies have shown that 4 day a work weeks is more productive for everyone. The studies have shown that work from home is more productive. Like, everybody wins in these scenarios. But you know who doesn't win? The CEOs, because the CEOs, who, by the way, they're not following their return to the office mandates. They'll Zoom call from Japan or the Bahamas to do their meetings, but you have to be in the office. The CEOs, they don't necessarily work every single day. Heck, I mean, you could argue that maybe they're working 7 days a week, but they're working sporadically here and there. Like, they're working on the golf course. They're working at the pool. They're doing business while they relax. Like, I'm not saying CEOs' jobs are easy, but, their life clearly looks very different from everyone else's. So they're getting a lot of the perks that the everyday worker wants to have. And their response is, no, we don't want you to have those perks. We don't want you to be able to work from home or have a better work balance life. We want you to be loyal to us and to depend on us. The idea that employees have finally figured out, hey, you know what? if you're not offering me what I want, I'm going to go to another company who will give me what I want. And there are companies who realize, like, yeah, we need good workers and we will cater to these people. And the big companies, CEOs don't like us. So here you have the CEO basically saying the part out loud, the silent part out loud, I should say, like, hey, we want the economy to be destroyed. We want people to lose their homes. We want people to suffer so they will crawl back to us. Again, this is a guy who does not need any money. He is set for life. Heck, he could probably give his employees a better work-life balance, better pay, everything, and he would still not have enough life in his, short time on Earth to spend all the money he made. But it's not about that. It's about control and it's about power. And this is the kind of thing that makes me go, yeah, I've historically not been very fond of unions, but maybe we need to start unionizing a little bit more, because I'm starting to think that, yeah, why do the people who sit at top, who really aren't doing the thing that makes the company money, why are they getting the most of it? Now, I'm not saying that they don't deserve to make more than the employees. I mean, they do. They do run the thing. Many of them founded the companies. They built it. They picked the employees. There are reasons that CEOs make more money than a regular worker because they're controlling many different aspects. But the thing is, the fact that CEOs make so much money that now the workers are basically just peons to them. They don't want to give anybody a fair shake at anything. It's like, no, you will take my scraps and you will like it. That's the kind of attitude I don't like. And, when I saw this video, it was shared on Twitter by someone who said this is why people get their pitchforks out and chase these people. I won't say who that is, but I sort of understood it. And I'm not encouraging that, but I understand why people look at people like this. And it's like, yeah, what are you doing? You want to destroy our livelihoods for what? You're fine. And heck, I don't even think anyone's even asking this guy to pay his employees more money. I think his employees are like, you know what? We just want to work from home where we have a better work-life balance. And the numbers show that. I've made videos on this channel showing that the numbers show that. The data is there. The CEOs just don't want to give up that power. And it's the same thing with the Hollywood writer's strike. Yeah, they will literally tank Hollywood. They would rather destroy the movie industry so long as they don't have to give a living wage, so long as they don't have to give health insurance, so long as they don't have to say we aren't, because one of the things they want, hey, don't let AI take our jobs. And the funny thing is they're like, oh, well, we won't let that happen. Okay, so you put that in writing? Nope, we want the option to replace you, and you will not take it from us. And this is what is wrong with America. I mean, there's a lot of things wrong with America. There's a lot of things that are good with America, too. Don't get me wrong. This is not going to turn into an anti-American channel. Aside from maybe Japan and England, there's nowhere else in the world I would rather live than America. Although Canada's pretty nice too, if I'm being honest. But the fact that this is the mentality that the people at the top have. I mean, now that it's becoming clearer that people at the top are literally willing to screw the economy, hurt people, cause very significant pain, do things that are evil. They have said that they are necessary evils, and they're admitting that they're evil. The fact that these are the people at the top, that's what's making it hard to be a capitalist. I do believe in capitalism. We are a capitalist country. There's no getting away from it. It will never become anything else. And I do not want socialism because for the same reason because here's the thing, if we have socialism, then people like this Yahoo are going to be the ones at the top. They will, because they'll be playing by capitalist rules while forcing socialism on everyone else. But you see things like that and you feel angry. Like, why is it this way? Why do people have to be this evil? For years, I just never understood, why doesn't Uber just give the drivers a pay raise? Give them an extra 30 cents a mile, pass the cost on to the consumer. Do something for your drivers that make you the money. And the answer is simple. They don't want to. They can afford it. They could make it work, but they don't want to because you know what? They don't want to get off the illusion that you have any of the control. They want to be the ones in control. And as long as they feel like they aren't in control, they will let the whole thing burn to the ground before they, give up any ounce of power that they have. That's how it is. It's sad. I wish I had a better video for you. And really, I'm just venting. I don't even have a solution to this. But I would like to know what you think of all this, so comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.